guys. Okay, so in my tabletop review video of my ultimate knife, by the way, just to remind you, yeah. In my tabletop review of that knife, I mentioned something about using the Flint and Steel striker that Bushcraft My Way sells as a self-defense tool and weapon. I'll do that in this video. So, first off, let's look at how effective it is as what it was designed for. Okay guys, to actually see how well it was designed for, this is actually the one thing that I've got the biggest sparks off of my ferro rod with. So if you want sort of okay sparks, yeah, stick with your knife or your little spark and striker there. But if you want some real sparks, I would say get this striker. It's just it does a great job. I mean, you can really get some good strong sparks with this thing. The other thing that I want to mention is, because it is high carbon steel, you can actually take a rock or a flint and get a spark off of it. I've done that in the past, but since it takes me so darn long to get a spark with a flint and steel kit anyway, I'll kind of leave that out of this video, because honestly it would probably take me a little while to get a decent spark. So, but it does have that ability. Alright, so for me to use this as a self-defense tool, I use it more as a flail than anything else. Basically because it does have a decent amount of mass to it, a decent amount of weight to it. So here's the trick. Alright, you take the loop, alright, so you loop it around your hand like this, and then you feed it back through your fingers, okay, so that you end up with something like that, okay, and then you just loop this back through so that you end up with something like that on your fingers. Now you have something that's actually controllable. And because this thing moves around so fast, I'm going to tie this rag around it so that you just get an idea of where it's at, because otherwise this thing moves very fast, which is why it's great as self-defense. Also, because it's moving so fast and because it is small, it's really hard for your opponent to really track its movement. Okay? It's literally moving that fast. It's boom, boom. It's one of those. So, yeah. It's moving really fast. So, I mean, you really can move this thing. You know? And the thing is that from it just hanging, if I want to smack to my opponent's face, boom, 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 boom. If I want to smack to the breadbasket, boom, boom, boom. Okay? If I want to go to the groin, boom. I can go up under. I can do a quick snap straight to it. I can fling it up. Okay? Go across to the head. I can do a lot of things with this. So that's what I'm getting at. Anywhere I decide that I want to hit with this thing, I can. With a little bit of practice, you can really get some really good accuracy with this too. So basically that's something that you can use. Also, for something like this, with the amount of speed that we're talking, you can also use a key for this. But the thing is that with this fire striker, it has better weight. It's a little bit, it's heavier than a key. So, you know, that's what it looks like with it without the rack. Also, something else, because it's tied around my hand in that way, I can open my hand and let it do what it do. Okay? So I can just let my hand guide it using the wrist, and I can even pop it back into my hand like that by flipping it backward and letting it rotate around. Okay? So I'm literally flipping it backward and then bringing my arm into it. So it's one of those. But it's one of those things that with practice you can get good with. But yeah, so that's the cool thing. Once again, to catch it in your hand, you can just bring it straight back and it'll curl around your wrist, and then the plumb bob will go right in your hand. So that's something that's really cool. Also, because I can use it with an open hand, now if I need to grab hold of my opponent or I need to grab something, I can do that. Or if I go to grab something and I miss, I can flip back and just have my little flail here do all the damage. Now, I've heard all kinds of people ask, well, what type of damage can it actually do? Okay, I'll use a wall. I'm not expecting that it's going to kill them, but it's going to get their attention. And that's what we're after. I mean, even if we just use a simple piece of paper, right? It rips some off. So, yeah. That's what we're after. So, anyway. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to make sure that you guys had an understanding of how I made this do what it do. So, here we go. It literally is just a piece of bank line that I've doubled over, put a small knot inside, and basically to attach that piece of bank line to the plumb bob or the striker, I just used a simple lark's head knot. And there you have it. And now with this, I can just wear it around my neck like so, and it's always there. And now I've always got a means of self-defense, a fire striker, a flint, a ferro rod striker, and a flint striker around my neck, ready to be used at any given point in time. Now, if I'm constructing something or I want something straight, of course I could use it as a plumb bob too. But either way, it's now around my neck, and I don't have to worry about those three things because I have them right here. So, something kind of interesting, might be able to help you. So, anyway, I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your time. Defend your homes wisely.